The Kanto region was the very first region we ever saw in a Pokemon game, and there are a lot of interesting facts about Kanto out there. Today we'll be looking at some of the weird facts about the Kanto region, some of which you might not have even heard of. Starting off, Saffron City is the only town in Kanto to feature 2 gyms, although one of these gyms is an unofficial Pokemon gym. This is just one of the few unofficial gyms to exist in the Pokemon world, and it is known as the Fighting Dojo, led by Karate Master Kochi and his fighting-type Pokemon. The story goes that the Fighting Dojo had the chance of being the official gym of Saffron City in Kanto, however they lost the fight against Sabrina's gym and her Psychic-type Pokemon in order to decide which of the two will become the official gym leader. The Karate Dojo unfortunately lost due to Psychic having a type advantage over Fighting-type Pokemon. Fighting-type is my personal favorite type of Pokemon, which is why I've always liked challenging the unofficial gym whenever I play a game that it exists in. Out of every Pokemon region, the Kanto region appears in the most amount of main series Pokemon games. It appears in every single generation up until Generation 5 even. While in Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver, Kanto isn't the main region to explore, it still exists in those 5 games and you can explore the entire region, although in a more condensed form compared to say Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Red and Blue. The total amount of games Kanto appears in is 15 if you count the Japanese games only, since they have the extra Generation 1 game to take into account. The first Kanto games introduced a trainer class called the Gambler, who looked like this. The class name was changed in Generation 3 to be Gamer in English, however the sprite still looks very similar to the original and has very similar dialogue, at least dialogue that suggests that this trainer has references to gambling. In recent years, gambling references, such as the Game Corner, have been removed from Pokemon games, and the Gambler trainer class was one of the first casualties of this. Each town in Kanto is named after a color, such as Lavender Town or Cerulean City, with the starting town being named Palette Town after a palette in which a painter would use to mix their paint. In Cerulean City, there is a house on the west side that belongs to somebody named Dante. Dante lives here in every single Pokemon game except for Pokemon Yellow and Let's Go. However, in Pokemon Red, Blue, Fire Red, and Leaf Green, he will offer you a trade of Jinx for Poliwhirl. In Yellow and the Let's Go games, Dante is replaced with a trainer named Melanie, who takes care of injured Pokemon. Melanie will give you a Bulbasaur, which is most likely a reference to the original Pokemon anime, where Ash was given a Bulbasaur by a person named Melanie who also takes care of Pokemon pretty early on in his journey. Kanto is the only Pokemon region to share a name with a real-world place that it is based off of, being the Kanto region of Japan. Every other region as of now is also based on a real-world place you can visit, such as Kalos being based on France, but the names do not match up with the place they are based on anymore, and the names are pretty different from what they are based on. The Silph Co in Saffron City is known to produce Pokeballs for all of the Kanto region, most notably the Master Ball, however they do also make TMs and medicine they supply for the Kanto region, and even have branches outside of Kanto that we have yet to see in any other Pokemon game. This would imply that the Silph Co has some sort of monopoly over the Kanto region, since they are the sole distributor of every Pokemart, each of which sell mostly goods produced by the Silph Co. In Pewter City, there is a museum which features a Moonstone on display as well as a Kabutops skeleton. In the Let's Go games, if you go to the floor with the Moonstone with a Pokemon that evolves from Moonstone, the Pokemon will walk over to look at the Moonstone instead of following you around. If you have a Kabutops, it'll walk over to the skeleton of Kabutops instead. On Cycling Road, one of the signs breaks the 4th wall. It says, "Don't throw the game, throw Pokeballs instead," implying that if you get upset over not being able to catch a specific Pokemon, instead of being frustrated and throwing your game, just keep throwing Pokeballs and keep trying. In Fuchsia City, right outside of the Safari Zone, there is a Pokemon Zoo. This zoo features some rare Pokemon, and will also feature either a Kabuto or an Ammonite, whichever fossil the player did not pick all the way back in Mount Moon. Another interesting fact about Fuchsia City is it appears in the first Pokemon Pinball game, however its name is spelled incorrectly and is missing the S. Excluding the Team Rocket members who occupy both of these cities then eventually leave, Celadon City is the most populated city in Red and Blue with 70 people, while Saffron City only has 50 people, despite Saffron City being the largest town in the region in terms of sheer size. Saffron City is said to be based off of Tokyo, while Celadon City is said to be based off of Shinjuku, which are relatively close to each other in real Japan. Vermilion City is the only city in the Kanto region which has a harbor where boats can come in and out of, unless you count the Sevi Islands. 3 different boats come here in Vermilion City throughout all of the games that feature Kanto though, including the SS Anne, the SS Aqua, and the Sea Gallop. In the same harbor in Vermilion City, there is a truck that was infamously rumored to have a Mew hidden under it. The truck is out of frame when the player would normally be here in red and blue, but can be seen if you manage to go out of your way to avoid the SSN until you get Silph, usually done by trading over Pokemon with Cut, which is normally needed to progress in the game, which you can only obtain on the SSN. In Fire Red and Leaf Green, the harbor has a little bit of a different layout, but there is still a truck that can be found to pay homage to the old Mew rumor. Unfortunately, there's no Mew under this truck, but you do get a lava cookie, which is a pretty useful item. This truck even reappears in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee if you surf on the right side of the dock and head over a little bit until you see a very similar truck. In Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, there's a key item called the Teachy TV. There's a show on it hosted by the Pokedude, who is the grandson of the old man of Viridian City who teaches you how to catch Pokemon in the original Red and Blue games. The show teaches you the basic things about Pokemon, like how to catch Pokemon, and is filmed on Route 1. He is also the twin brother of somebody named Maximo, but Maximo only appears in the Johto region in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The name of the Pokedude was never revealed in Fire Red and Leaf Green, but we later learned that his name was Primo, which, like his twin brother's name Maximo, means of high prestige. Also on Route 1, you can find an employee of the Viridian City Pokemart. He will give you a potion, however in Pokemon Red and Blue, the Viridian City Pokemart doesn't even sell potions. The word used to describe someone or something from the Kanto region is Kantonian, as we learned with the Kantonian Gym all the way in Generation 7. This was never the official term for somebody from Kanto until Generation 7, meaning we went over 17 years before having an official name to describe somebody from the Kanto region being Kantonian. Outside of Japan, the Generation 1 Pokemon games never actually referenced the Kanto region as being Kanto. That means up until Gold and Silver, we never really officially knew that the region was called Kanto in the games alone. However, in the Japanese version of Generation 1, there was at least a reference to the region being named Kanto thanks to a town map in your rival's house. Some Pokemon fans assumed at the time that the region was called Indigo because of the name of the Indigo Plateau where the Elite Four is located. Luckily, thanks to the Pokemon anime at the time of the late 90s, a lot of Pokemon fans were able to learn the true name of this region, and luckily once we got the Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes in Generation 3, it was made a lot clearer that the region was called Kanto. South of Lavender Town, there is Route 12 which leads down to Fuchsia City. You don't really have to go to this area at all, but there is a large bridge on this route that I'm sure most people don't even know the name of, and it's called the Silence Bridge. The reason why it's called the Silence Bridge is because there are fishermen along it that want silence for fishing to make fishing a bit easier, and because there is a sleeping Snorlax nearby that nobody wants to wake up in anger. I actually speculated that it being named the Silence Bridge could have something to do with the nearby Lavender Town and the Pokemon Tower due to their proximity, but that doesn't seem to be the case. In German, Lavender Town is called Lavandia, but in French, Lavandia is the name of Mauville City in the Hoenn region. This can cause some confusion amongst French and German Pokemon fans, especially since France and Germany are pretty close to each other, and also because Mauville City and Lavender Town both existed in the Generation 3 Pokemon games when they were new. And those are just some of the many weird facts about the Kanto region. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite facts about Kanto are, and also be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, since it helps the channel a ton and helps YouTube promote the channel, which is great, and subscribe so you don't miss any future Pokemon videos from my channel. And with all that being said, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all next time, and bye bye.